In this video, I'm going to show you how I train my AI assistant to use the MLS and schedule showings. It's actually, I'm going to show my hands right here. I'm not controlling the computer or anything. Claude is actually going to go through the computer. It's going to enter the listing ID and it's going to go through, it's scrolling through my browser right now. You can see it showing an instruction right now. And then it's going to take a look at what the contact information, whether this is owner occupied or anything like that. And then it's going to give me that information, right? All of it is manipulating through Claude, through this browser. Get the combo code. I like that I can interact and communicate in natural language, and then Claude Code is going to take care of the rest. So now, because he already remembered those information, it says Supra from project good to go. We'll see remarks, no Supra confirmed. This is a veteran property. I might have to double check this one. Next time I'm going to tell it to memorize all of these information. From porch, Supra, great, Supra. This one needs a gate code. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is that I'm going to ask it to get onto my MLS and start searching for the showing instructions for these properties. So I'm going to make sure that can you access my matrix via browser, and I'm going to select the right model. The right model is going to be Opus. Because this is the initial work, I would rather use the most advanced model. The way I like to think about different models right here is that Haiku, I would say you're probably elementary school, middle school student, maybe high school. And then Sonnet is someone that's like a college level student. And then Opus is going to be your graduate and PhD level student. So who are in terms of capability. And obviously, as they level up, they're like a more or less expensive. Right? Since I'm trying to build this up for you guys, I'm going to use that model to start. So I'm going to ask this question real quick. So while that's happening right now, they do have context right here to show the tab. And I did open up Opus. This is the Claude plugin on Chrome. And then we can close it here, and then it should be able to say, I can see it. There's a login. It says expire activity. The continue button, should I click it to dismiss model? So I'm going to say right here, I'm just going to log in right here, and then tell it I just logged in, and now I have access to, can you see it? There we go. Because I have different browser, different tabs open, so you might be referring to another browser or another tab. If it makes things easier. Yep, there we go. That's right. Yes. What typically happens here is that there are many scenarios that my client just screenshot those photos with an address and they'll send it to me, just the screenshot. And I hate that because I got because those screenshots are usually terrible. Sometimes I just have to go through them, manually type it in, find a Zillow, get the MLS number and type it in here. But right now AI can actually extract all of that for me and find the correct MLS number and then do it for me. But for this client, they actually just send me the MLS numbers. Those are just addresses. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back here and see whether you can actually go through this process of clicking Unlock MLS. There we go. I'm surprised it opened another tab, but that's okay. So here's what's happening. And usually the more feedback you give it, the better it does. But right now it's trying to learn everything about the properties, including how to navigate the Unlock MLS. If I wanted to speed this thing up, I would give it a better instruction. I would say click on search, open up residential, and then type in all of the MLS into one field, the listing ID, and then go to the results field to get all of that information in one step instead of trying to search for one property and then find information this way. But it is doing this way. I'm gonna say whether I can actually make this thing a little bit faster. So what's good about AI agent is that you can actually tell it instructions while they're working on stuff. So I'm gonna let this run and then I'm gonna show you the results at the end. All right, so this is the final one right here. We're gonna watch it do its work. So I'm gonna show my hands right here. This is what's happening in the background. Matrix, or in this case, Claude right here is actually, I'm going to show my hands right here. I'm not controlling the computer or anything. Claude is actually going to go through the computer. It's going to enter the listing ID and it's going to go through, it's scrolling through my browser right now, find the showing instruction, and then it's going to take a look at what the contact information, whether this is owner occupied or anything like that. And then it's going to give me that information, right? All of it is manipulating through Claude, through this browser. And I wish, I mean, there is an easier way. So for example, if my MLS gave me access to the API, or I know how to easily access these information through API, then I don't have to manipulate browser. The only reason I have to do this right now is because that is kind of a little hard to get access to. I think in the future, all of this can be done just like that without waiting for Claude, waiting for my AI agent to go through all of this process using a browser, because browser is very slow. In the future, it's going to be all AI involved. So I'm excited about that. So let's get together. It should be able to gather all the information now. Let's take a look together and say, yep, it just finished browsing the last MLS, and it should be consolidating all that information and presenting it to me. This process took, I think, about 15 minutes or so. Here we go. Here are all of the information for this home, for all the listings my client wants to see. Make sure I can schedule through this browser. There is an easier way. So for example, if my MLS gave me access to the API, or I know how to easily access these information through API, then I don't have to manipulate browser. The only reason I have to do this right now is because that is kind of a little hard to get access to. I think in the future, all of this can be done just like that without waiting for my AI agent to go through all of this process using a browser, because browser is very slow. In the future, it's going to be all AI involved. So I'm excited about that. So it should be able to gather all the information now. Let's take a look together and say, yep, it just finished browsing the last MLS, and it should be consolidating all that information and presenting it to me. This process took, I think, about 15 minutes or so. Here we go. Here are all of the information for this home, for all the listings my client wants to see. Make sure I can schedule either via showing time as instructed, or texting seller agent about that I want to schedule a home tour for tomorrow and for Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, right? So that I don't have to actually go through each of them right now. So I'm going to pause right here, and then I'm going to come back and show you what I'm doing next. So let's go over the information that it gathered for me. So right here, showing information, scroll down to agent info, owner occupied. It's lockbox Supra, so that one's easy access, but I definitely need to schedule because I can't just run in when there's an owner living there, right? So I want to schedule with showing time within 2 hour notice, 7 days between 11 to 7, gate code. Okay, showing times, that one. Number 3, so here all full summary. At this place, this is courtesy text to agent and go. Here's the phone number. So now that I have contact information for the agent, and I have contact information about showing information whether it's owner, unoccupied, or vacant, the vacant ones I can schedule anytime. That's pretty straightforward. It's the owner one that I have to coordinate times with. So I got to focus on the occupied via owner or tenant. Most of them are in tenant. So this one is tenant. This one is owner. Under contract, I can skip that one. Not available. Tenant expired. Okay. Withdrawn. Okay. We got that one out. So we got 8 active and available. Those are the 8s that I can tell my clients we can schedule a showing for. And then off the ones that's active and available, this 1 owner occupied, 1 tenant occupied. That's 2 I need to take care of. And 3 that I need to take care of from the owner side. So only 3 appointments that I really need to do a manual outreach to either the owner or the showing or the listing agent in order to coordinate this showing. So that's pretty straightforward. So what I like to do now is to create a skill to help me in the future that it knows how to navigate through the Unlock MLS and find showing information. So, and the reason I want to do it in this session and right now is that Skill Creator is a skill created by Anthropic, which is the company for Claude Code. And Skill Creator, what it does is that it will write the skill. Skill Creator basically makes the skill work more efficiently that you can improve on every single time you use it. And then so anytime I create a new situation, a scenario, so I'm gonna ask a skill creator to first create the skill. In the future, when I iterate on a skill and I got like better results, whether I cover edge case, I will say use skill creator to improve the skill with what you just learned. The whole point of doing that is that we are improving our AI agents as we spend more time investing in using it. The way I think about it is this is my employee. I am spending my time, my tokens, my energy, my use cases, whatever, my experience to teach it exactly what to do. so that it will become better and better in the future. And I think the agents who are starting today, right now, this moment, and training their AI agents will have a heads up compared to the other people who don't even get started. That's why it's so important. You can also get access to this skill, MLS lookup skill, using link down below. It's a free skill. Any skill that we create in this session, I think I should probably let you guys have it for free. Given the skills depending on the live MLS browser, it can be manually tested without real MLS formulated automated. Okay, should be good. Want me to test it by running quick lookup, refine anything based on what you noticed during our session, commit a skill to Git. So I won't improve the skill right here. This is a pretty good enough base skill. I definitely want to improve the skill by asking it to go through the search. Right now it's actually entering like listing ID one by one. Enter it right here and then find that home one by one, which is kind of slow. I want to in the future go to residential and then type in all of the listing IDs right here and then just click results and then just find information from the listing results over there. But what I'm going to do next now is that I want to also give it 2 addresses so it can look up the MLS number for me. The reason I want to do that is that because we, as a real estate agent, we definitely deal with different ways the clients communicate with us. Let me just find the address they want to do. So here are the 2 homes my client wanted to see as well. So I'm just going to add it to the list right here. As you can see, these 2 homes don't have MLS numbers there. And then if you're trying to find information about the listing agent showing instructions, they don't show up on Zillow or Realtor.com. I wish they did, but they don't. So we have to go back again to the MLS in order to find these information. So we can do 2 ways. One is to also, let's just use this one. Now use the MLS lookup skill to find these 2 units and find the same showing info. Here we go. So you should be able to do the process, but before, remember, we taught it how to use the MLS number to search for properties. Now we're going to see whether it understands how to look up property using addresses. It should be smart enough to handle most of that. Ooh, but then we're on a different UI, so let's take a look and see whether it can handle it well. I can see street number. Let me check elsewhere. Okay. Then search for the first property. Let's see if it enters the first property correctly. Is it running into issues? Perfect. So he knows where to enter the street number based on context and the street name. And then we're going to see whether we can find it, because sometimes we don't show those homes if they don't select the right status here on the MLS, right? Sometimes the home might be under contract or be pending or closed, but right now we only have active selected. So these are things we got to teach it to find. So it might be easier to actually just go back and just enter that number in like the previous UI, but we're going to figure it out together right here. So now it has entered the information. Let's see if it knows how to click on results. Perfect. So now it does find the results tab, and let's see if we can click on it and then navigate to the right page. Fantastic. So now it got this page, and let's see if it scrolls down and find the right information about showing instructions. Looks good. It just finished looking up the first item, and now it's going to look up the second item. What's good about using AI agents is that they will actually create a list of items they need to do in a checklist format and then go through them one by one. I didn't tell it to create it in a list format. It's just that the best practice eventually gets integrated into these models or into these software, so that you kind of know the best way to do things to create a plan and then execute the plan item by item, because LLM itself is very powerful. But you really have to control this power in a way that's efficient. So right now it's doing it well. Okay, now let's see whether it can change it from the previous street number to the new street number. Oh, it hasn't done really well because it actually did not overwrite. It did not write or overwrite the previous one. They actually just added on top of it. You can see that the previous is Lyndhurst, but then they added Lyndhurst without deleting Lyndhurst and just added Phantom. And then I'm pretty sure they're going to mess up the unit number too. But that should be okay. We're just going to correct it for them. So correct it in the AI agent so he learns the skill and improve it in the future. So we're going to try it. We're going to see. It should be able to discover that it made an error and then correct it on its own. We're going to take a look together. See right here. It searched for a street number. It found the issue. right here, 1348600, which is not right. And then street number, Lyndhurst Phantom. It concatenated the old search. Great. So it recognized the error that it made. Now it's going to create this new search with the correct terms. Does it know how to clear it? Let's see. Click the clear button at the button left. Oh, there is a clear button at the bottom left. I didn't even know that. So now it's teaching me things about the MLS that I didn't even know. Because a lot of times they have these things that they write into the software, but we as humans don't really do a good job learning them. And that's what makes a lot of software really hard to manipulate, right? Hard to use, because the skill it requires for us to really learn it so well is high. And then and right now we have AI agents to handle all of that for us, which I like. Perfect. I'm gonna pause right here, let it self-correct, and then show you the results. Perfect. Now it has all the two information. This is a new way of finding properties. So I'm just going to say use skill creator to improve the MLS skill. Then show me all of the listings info that we found. So you should be able to use context. Notice that I'm still talking in the same session using the Opus 4.6 $1 million context, 1 million token model. The reason we're doing that is this session has all the short-term memories from everything that we did, what we clicked on, why it worked, why it didn't work. So now it can create the skill using or create the skill using these short-term memories. If we start a new chat, new session right here, that session has no association with this skill, these short-term memory. You will have access to the long-term memory with things like the files that it created, the skills that it created, but it will not have these detailed information from the session right here. That's why every time once I get to a certain point, I like to say, improve the skill or remember the things or save the important things from this session to the right files. That way, it knows we're basically playing a video game. We're saving our progress so far so we don't lose track of it, right? So that's why I like to do this from time to time once I feel like we hit an important milestone. And you might be saying, oh, this is so much work. This is not worth your time. It could be true in this case, but I think it's good practice to start doing it. And right now, there is actually a better way to do it, automated memory, where it saves all the important things once it feels like it's hitting an important milestone, that it does it automatically. And then we can implement that in a future session. But right now, let's just go over this session right here, to go over active listing. And the next thing I want to do is that I wanted to text the listing agents to schedule these home tours and to click the showing times to schedule these homes. So I'm going to train that skill in another part. So continue on. We have the list of homes that we want to tour tomorrow. The next thing I want to do is remove the ones that doesn't really qualify, because this one, you can see some of them, I'm just going over them real quick, are only available to low income or affordable housing. Affordable housing buyer must not exceed 80% of median family income here in the Austin area. Those doesn't really qualify for my client. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say remove the ones no longer available. Also remove the ones in affordable housing. So what I'm going to do is going to remove that and just only show me the ones that's requires affordable housing. So if you notice that at this stage, because I stepped away for a couple hours showing a home, when I came back and I started continuing this filming session, this is taking a little bit longer than before. It's because like Claude Code has this little interesting interaction where after like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes, and then you reconnect to it actually has to reconnect the whole context, and that's why it becomes a little different. So let's see whether they did it for me. Okay, got it. Remove the expired, withdrawn, and under contract, and the 3 affordable housing options. Okay, so now we have 7 active available homes for showing, exactly what I want. So now we have all of these. Next thing I want to do is to see which ones require, this one probably needs priority, tenant, owner, vacant. So I'm just going to show the vacant ones real quick and then schedule the owner and tenant occupied for Tuesday. So that I have a chance to meet the client, have a chance to build a relationship. let's do the vacant ones real quick. For the vacant properties, optimize route using Google route optimization. I think the term we use is the salesman's route, starting from closer to me, which is like east side of Austin, from the east. So then they can meet me from there, and then we can find the optimum route to go through the properties. So that is how I like to do my business. I'm going to make that into that skill set. So when I'm showing these properties, I'm showing it in the most efficient route possible. So we're going to see if Claude can do that for me. Perfect. And let's see. Okay, so now it has opened up Google Maps. So we're going to see they did open this tab, and then they entered the address here. They built this route this way. So we're going to take it from here. Stop 1 to stop 2 to stop 3 to stop 4, which I actually don't mind this route. It looks pretty solid, very convenient. Let's double check again and see whether it completed the work yet. Perfect. So now it actually knows what I need to do. I need to go. So the first two, I'm going to take a look at the route real quick. Okay, so route, go to this one first, this one second, this one third, and this one fourth. And then if I go back, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this route. I think it's a really good route. So what's going to happen next is I also made a note that route 1 and 2 are both go showings, no appointments needed. Step 3 requires call text. And I'm just going to say, because sometimes they have combo boxes. Even if it's a go, you still have to text them to get the combo lock. And I don't like that a lot, right? Sometimes, but that sometimes happen. So can you also make sure to, if those go showings are Supra boxes? If it's combo, I still need to reach out to agent or schedule on showing time to get the combo code. So it's I like that I can interact and communicate in natural language, and then Claude Code is going to take care of the rest. So now, because he already remembered those information, it says Supra from project good to go. We'll see remarks, no Supra confirmed. This is a veteran property. I might have to double check this one. Next time I'm going to tell it to memorize all of these information. From porch, Supra, gray, Supra. This one needs a gate code. Okay. So I'm going to text that agent next, but I'm just going to double check this one real quick. I actually don't like this interface. I like this interface a lot more. Let's see. This one is a go, is also a Supra. Should have memorized that. Access code. Perfect. So we got that. I'm going to say use skill creator to improve this skill. Include the Google, including the route optimization. Because see, now this is a material change. From my perspective, this means that we learn a new thing, that I want my route to be optimized from a particular direction. And then it knows that it goes to Google and plan those routes and see the shortest distance between each. So that's actually a skill that I think is important. So now it's going to update that with the route optimization and lockbox access readiness check. Great. Like that. Perfect. Now the skills created, it knows to check for lock boxes, to do the route optimization, showing readiness, action items, tow awareness, update descriptions. So now the next time I say, hey, Claude, run, or hey, schedule these tours for me, or help me find these home, the showing instructions. So you will just plug it in and then just go navigate that entire process. And here are some couple of things I'm going to do in the future that I want to improve the skill. Probably won't do it on camera, is that I might just integrate it with my CRM so that you will start sending text to the people using the number right here, using my CRM number, and say, hey, this is William Zhang with eXp Realty. I want to show you a listing tomorrow at this time. Can I get the code? So I don't have to actually manually text them, right? This is something I probably will set up in the future, either off camera or either on camera. Haven't really thought about it yet, but I do think the whole process of just teaching Claude, teaching my executive assistant, I haven't named them yet. The one that I've been using, her name's Ashley. I named my executive assistant Ashley. This one I'm building with you guys together. I don't know what I should name them. I got a good name suggestions. You guys should say what I should name him underneath. in the comments down below. Love to hear your feedback on what do you guys think I should name this AI assistant. Yeah, and then I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this thing goes. So if you want all of these skills that I created in this video, you can get the prompt. You can get them for free. And if you've never seen this video, how I set up my EA in the first place, how I'm starting to build my practice using AI agents. And if you want to become an AI native, an AI assisted real estate agent, you should definitely check out my previous video where I set this up in the first place. And now, if you want all the prompts that you see, all the skills that you can just plug and play into the Claude Code, you can download it using the link down below. Remember to subscribe. See you next time.